Hello and welcome back to another Minecraft YouTube video, and today I'm going to be showing you how to build a completely working Nintendo Switch base. Yes, the screen turns on and it's a livable base and uses no mods, no commands, and it's pure vanilla Minecraft. So let's get into the video. So what you need to get started is some red concrete, some black concrete, and you need some blue concrete, some polished blackstone buttons, or any button of your preference basically. And then we have some polished deep slate slabs, some tinted glass, but if you want to make this the fully functioning Switch, you can just use any material. And then we have an empty map, and you'll just need a bunch of these to fill up the screen, and then some glow item frames. What you need to do first is lay down the foundations for your Switch. So let's go 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11. There we go. And now let's go by 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now just mimic this again. So there we go. Now we have our 11, and then let's just fill in this section here. Okay, so now we have our screen for our Switch. So what we're going to do first, we are going to do our red Joy-Con here, and I'm pretty sure this is the right one. I definitely did not have to go look that up. Okay, so now let's go here and just 2 out, and now just keep going, and then 2 out, and fill this in with your red concrete here. And now we got that. Now let's get placing to buttons. So 1 button there, 1 button there, 1 button there, and 1 button there. And now place 1 up there. So then we have our D-pad right there, and let's get our thumbstick. And again, if you want to use any like darker slab, you can, but I think this one just looks pretty good. And there you go, that is your red Joy-Con, and hopefully that looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty accurate, and it really starts to tie itself together once we get our second Joy-Con in there. So again, 2 out, and go like this, and then 2 out, meet it right there, fill it all the way in with blue. And there we go. And this blue looks pretty purple right up close, but then once you go out, it looks very blue. Okay, and once you finish filling out that blue, we can do the opposite and put the D-pad lower on this one. And here we go. So sort of follow that same pattern. And now what we can do is take our thumbstick, and there we go, and put that little minus button up there. So now we got both of our Joy-Cons completed. I think they look absolutely amazing. Okay, and here I'm going to show you how to make the screen. So what you want to do is take your tinted glass and just keep going all the way down like this. And do not worry, later we are going to make it a little bit, and do not worry, later we're going to clear all this out to make a livable area so it'll look cooler with the tinted glass. Here we go. So here's our Switch screen. So now that we have it switched in the off position, this is basically what I think the screen looks just pretty good like. And again, we're going to clear all this out later to make the livable space. But anyways, so this is the Switch off. But if we want to make the actual Switch on, well, we can make some maps. So what I think looks super great is if we make the map of all the area around us. So one ginormous map. I think that looks actually great. And now, there we go. So we've got a completed map up here already. And now what we can do, this is very time consuming, but now we can go all the way back. But what we need to do is place our item frames, and we can just load the whole thing up in item frames. And you can use your preference. I think glow item frames look great because at night it makes it glow just like an actual Switch screen. Okay, and here we go. So now we can place our map, slap right in the middle right there. And there we go. There's the start of our Nintendo Switch screen. So if we want to continue, we can just take that map down there, keep flying around the area, keep making some new maps, and it should go pretty quickly. And whenever you go to create a second map, make sure you're fully out of the area and sort of like this. And there we go. We got a new part of the map, I would say. And then what we can do is head all the way back to our Nintendo Switch base here and place the map. And here's a little snippet of what it will look like, so just keep going different directions, and I'm going to say this actually looks insane. I know this is going to take a while, and you're going to be like, why should I walk this far in survival? But I'm going to be honest, the end result is just so cool. Again, it's just literally so cool looking. here we go. So here is our completed switch on the outside, not the inside yet, but here's what the screen looks like, and I think it looks so cool. But anyways, this is what the screen of your switch is going to look like, and of course, you're going to have a different seed than me, so your screen will be different. And I suggest using a Fortnite seed that makes the map look just like Fortnite, because that'd be so cool. It'd look like you're playing Fortnite. So yeah, this is what it looks like with the screen, but let's get into building the inside of the Nintendo Switch base. There's many ways to get into this base. You could build a secret door, like just a ladder entrance, but for now what I'm gonna do is tucked away in this corner, just because whenever you're like coming at it from an angle you can't really tell. I'm just gonna dig down 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there we go. And now what we want to do, we want to hollow out this whole area underneath and sort of just follow the black line. And the black line is 11 blocks, so just if you want to follow that, and what you can do is just keep doing this and square it off until you have completely dug out your perimeter. We have our full area here, and if you have something like World Edit, this would be so helpful to just take this chunk out. But since we are doing this completely in vanilla and completely in survival, we can just hand dig all this section out in the middle, and this should not be too hard. For the walls here, so what I'm going to use is some stripped dark oak wood. This is just my preference. Again, you can choose anything you would like. This is what I like to go with. And again, so here we have our Joy-Cons, and what I like to do for the walls, just to give it a little bit more, let's say, dimension, I like to give the walls, or I like to follow the outline of the Joy-Cons. So what that means, what I like to do is make the wood sort of following the outline of the Joy-Con, because it gives a nice sort of rounded feel to the whole base. We can take our logs and just follow the outline of the blue part of the controller, sort of just like this. And then whenever it gets to the corners, we just do this and then this, but make sure they are always facing like that. Okay, so what this means, okay, so, and then once you have figured out this, you can just keep going around the black lining of the Switch, sort of the borders of it. And then whenever we get across to this Joy-Con over here, we just do the exact same thing. Okay, and now that we've finished all of this, what we can now do is put a little bit of spruce logs here, just to give it more and more of a rounded feel, and make sure those logs are again facing in the same direction, facing down. So here we go. Now what we can do is that, and that looks great, so let's continue and bring it around to the blue side. Okay, so you're probably wondering what to do over here, and yes, I am too. So what I always like to do, I like to go like that, upside down, upside down. So I like this, and then what you can do is take some lanterns and place them like that. It just gives a little bit like more of like sort of a homey feel. Anyways, that is what I sort of like. You can do your own thing again, but I sort of like it to give it a shelf vibe. Okay, so what I like to do for the floor, as you can see, are some spruce planks. So I think these look absolutely great. Okay, so now we are done with the floors too, and it's really starting to come together as sort of a base, I would say, right now, and it's starting to look good. But really quickly, what I want to do is finish up doing this section just real quick before we start in the other interior. But what you can do, just the same as the walls, just do this same material here, and when it comes up to this area, you can leave it like that. And I like just taking a ladder and just very, very simply placing ladders up on these blocks. And there we go, and we can just do that. So like so, it looks pretty hidden right there, and only when you get up to the corner you can see it. But it's actually pretty easy to get in. You can just hop down in there, and there you go. So yeah, there's the entrance, and now we need to just get on to the main interior. Okay, so what we can do here, we can take a red bed, so we can place some trapdoors, we can squat, place, and here we go. And now we can take a blue bed, squat, jump, and place it there. So now that we just have 2 of these floating, we can place 1 trapdoor like so. We can go up here, place 1 more like so, and 1 more. So there we go. And now when we flip those up, it gives the bunk bed effect, and there we go. So I do not like this lantern here, so what we'll do is place it right there, You take some spruce slabs, go underneath, and sort of just like that to give it sort of like a cradle type thing. I don't know, but I think it looks great. So what I want to do right now is get some furnaces, and we can take our furnaces, sort of put them in a clump right here in the corner. And I think this is great. So we can just take our clump here, sort of make it look like that, and just a big pile of furnaces. Okay, and after that, let's take some barrels here, and what we can do is sort of spread them out evenly and disperse them throughout this wall. And we can place our thing under there, right under there. We can do one there, maybe one sort of here, and now we can do that, and just give the wall some nice texture. And we can do the same right over here in this corner. And okay, yeah, my keyboard just died. And after that, let's put one more barrel. We can go right there. There you go. It makes sort of an even thing. Maybe we can put a lantern on a few of these too. So let's walk up, place a lantern there, and maybe we can place one. And maybe we can just place one right here. So there we go. Now that we got some light, we have some chests. Okay, so one thing that I think would really take this build to just the next level is, since we have a huge open wall right here, if we make a miniature Nintendo Switch, just like the one above. So what we can do is go out by 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, place, and then right like so, we just go out 2 more. Okay, and once you place these markers, break it, place 1 more, and go under, place a stair like that, and you can break that supporting block. And once we have placed that one and taken away the support block, we can place just like that, like so. And now we can break that again and take our red stairs this time, and make sure you line it up with the actual Joy-Cons, because just that extra bit of detail is very good. And now we can finish that off and place that there. Okay, so what we're going to do is clear out a 4 block gap right here. So just break out right there, and now we need some black concrete. Place that like there, and fill that in with some tinted glass. And once you place it just like that, you are completely done with that Switch, and I honestly think it looks great for like a miniature Switch. But there you go. And thank you so much if you're watching to this point. If you could subscribe, that would be absolutely great. But thank you for watching. That is your Nintendo Switch base. So I'll see you in the next one.